We're loading up game number 30. We're playing Graves on the jungle. And yeah, we've been in a rough little patch at the moment with ranked. So we're looking to push through, continue our win streak and not look back. We're matched up against Briar in this game. So yeah, as I've said in previous episodes or games, Briar is kind of a difficult matchup as Graves. So we're running our fleet footwork setup. This will just help in those situations where Briar might try and invade or collapse on us in the jungle. And even just in general, when you're fighting Briar, it kind of helps you kite against the Briar rather than run Dark Harvest and you have no real movement. So we've gone with the blue jungle pet as well, and that's also going to aid in movement speed. As you can see here, I'm trying to get a jungle position so I can steal her top side, and Renekton's kind of sat in that bush expecting me to go for a kill with him. But we don't want to go for that kill, so I'm just going to mute him. Like, I'm just trying to get the drop on Briar. We saw that they were in my bot side, so I kind of pushed up into their top side. But I did end up showing on that brush earlier, so I think they did end up seeing me here, which is unfortunate. But we're just going to mute Renekton. He's probably a little bit tilted, which is fair enough, but I'm not going to move out of position there where I'm just going to die. So I'm going to just stay in the bush. Well, I didn't actually stay in the bush, but you're going to see now that they must have seen me on the vision, or Briar just flukes jumping over that wall to start on wolves and picks up the kill. So we're off to a reasonably bad start. So this game is going to be a good example of how we can just stay mentally focused and keep sort of in the game and just not let, not let the start of this game take over for the rest of the game. And we're not going to just start spam pinging. We're going to start FFing. We're just going to stick to our game plan. We're going to try and get the full clears off. Hopefully Briar doesn't invade us with her tempo advantage that she would have now that I had that death timer. We're just going to, basically full clear. We want to be pathing into our bot side. Renekton's going to be also a good lane to watch out for. He's running into a Malphite, so he's going to be playing very aggressive. He's not going to want Malphite to be throwing Qs at him all lane and just poking him down. He's going to have to kind of dash in there and hit his Qs to heal up. So that's a very good lane to monitor in between doing camps if you want to pull a gank off. But we're going to try and focus on our bot lane more so this game with the Pantheon Lunara. Just pinging on Briar, letting the team know, even though we've got that warded and they can probably see us. Sometimes people are focusing on farm, see us, and they won't pick up on the fact that Briar was pathing from her top side into the bot side. So it's good to just be clear on that, let the team know the information that you've gathered as a jungler anyway. As you can see, the Renekton's like fighting a lot. I'm just trying to stay positive in the chat as well, seeing as we didn't so much grief him before, but he was out of position. He was looking to fight as Renekton's like to do a lot. They're playing a very aggressive champion, just like Darius players. I could have pinged him back, typed in the chat, like, no, I'm not trying to fight, I'm just trying to counter invade the Briar. So we saw Briar put the ward on my blue buff earlier, so that means she's taking that bot crab off the map. I'm not even going to waste time checking. I'm just going to run straight for the top crab. Hopefully Briar didn't double scuttle me. Like, in her scenario with that amount of tempo, she definitely could have looked to use her tempo to double scuttle, which is quite beneficial. Just gets that extra drop if there's no kills happening in the lanes. So I didn't force a bot gank either because Briar would have been in that area and I was already behind. So I don't want to get killed bot lane and then fall further behind. I'm just playing like a catch-up game at the moment. Now I'm going to play off the back of Briar's mistakes. So I've pinged Briar out. Renekton's warded. He should be aware that Briar is in the top side now. So Briar's path was actually, she warded my blue, went for crab, and then went into Wolves Gromp when they spawn on that level 2, which is, it is a good path. So now she'll be going base, or she'll be ganking Renekton, and she'll be looking to run bot with like a fair bit of farm. So that's, she actually didn't see my position in the early game. She just, that was the path she was going to do. She was always going to go Wolves Gromp, and then full clear down from Gromp and blue. And then go Raptors, Krugs, red, and then over to crab. And that's what she did. And then once you do crab, you go back up to your wolves, which are spawning for the second time around, and then you take your Gromp off the map and you can look to get a gank off, or you can take that crab off the map if I didn't, you know, look for the crab and just assume she took it. So there's not much doing in the bot lane. This is kind of like where I get time to gank. It's like my top side's off the map. I'm looking to push into the bot side. We could pull a gank off bot. So we'd be looking for that opportunity right now. There's no camps top side, so Briar can't steal my camps if I show bot. So this is why we're trying to initiate a gank. Pinging on them. Not pinging too early because we don't want them to engage and die. Pantheon gets the kill, which is good. Now we're just going to push out the lane. There's like a massive wave here, so in this scenario, you need to push these camps in. I think I was a bit upset because he took the kill and then he's like throwing his Q into low health minions. So yeah, you want to crash that wave under the tower so the enemy ADC misses that big wave and like all the XP and gold. Understanding waves is also a massive part of being a jungler, so that you're not pushing waves that are pushing from the enemy's side of the map into your tower. You don't want to, if they're pushing into your tower very slowly, then say if the top laner dies in that certain scenario, you can opt to leave those minions up. So by the time the top laner gets back off a death timer and runs back to lane, those minions will just push into his top lane tower and he'll be able to pick up those minions, depending on how slow that push is. So I chose to sneak away these grubs. It was a little risky really, but I had flash up. And for me showing top, we're going to lose Renekton. If we can trade Renekton for grubs, it's at least worth it. Actually jumps the wall again and catches me out, and then hits a nice ult. So props to Briar. I did manage to steal the grubs away though, before I died, which I'm not, like, I'm kind of happy about that anyway. We're going to path into our bot side, and so is Briar. But Briar is ultless. And yeah, we put that defensive red ward there early game to stop any Briar invades. So that enabled me to know Briar didn't run from grubs into my raptors just then. That's why I went straight for my Krugs instead of defending my raptors. So I'm just monitoring bot lane here. I can see Briar's in the bot lane. We just want to be ready to move. Be ready to leave your camps if you see a fight break out. We know Briar doesn't have ult. So I don't want to just leave my jungle for no reason. I know Briar's in that vicinity. So yes, Kaiser's low, but I want to still make sure I'm sequencing effectively before I move. Now we see Akali's moving down. So I want to defend Akali's gank so that my bot lane doesn't get double killed. Just want to get a spell rotation off onto the Akali. Try not to die. And instead of helping out Yunara, I just wanted to make sure our mid laner didn't die. But Briar actually bursted our mid down, which is unfortunate. And then at the same time, we lost the Yunara, which was like kind of pushing up. But Pantheon wasn't really defending our ADC either. So it was a little bit of a unfortunate situation. I'm just trying to kite this Drake out so that because my smite's just about to come off cooldown. I'm just trying to basically drag it out as much as I can. I actually managed to find the kill on Akali, so I was super happy about that. Pantheon gets hit by the Briar ult cross map. Her ult must have just come up. I don't want to waste too much time fighting here. We want to go base. Like if I choose to take that little skirmish there, it's not really needed for me to re-engage. We got the Drake. You know, I took the ADC. If I take a 2v3, like after getting the Drake, having no health, etc., like not spending my gold, then there's a chance that we just get double killed. And then I'm off the map. Briar's able to take my spawning camps in the top side off the map after she kills me and I'm on a death timer. So it's more efficient for me to be on the map rather than engage into that Pantheon fight before, just because the Pantheon's spam pinging me to help him. I'm using Renekton's pressure now. Renekton instantly thinks I want to fight. Again, I don't want to fight. I just want to make sure that I'm grabbing, stealing, doing the objective I came for down here. So now he's pushed Mal into a position where I should be able to get the kill, which we do. So it's happy days. We get the kill, Renekton stays alive, and I'm hoping that he rotates back in to get his top tower gold, but we see he goes B, so we're just going to push it in, make sure that we secure the gold, because I'm pretty confident that I can utilize this gold effectively. Briar shows up again, and you can see there how Briar just sticks to Graves. It's really hard to even get away from Briar with Cyclo Sword and fleet footwork.
An ally has been slain.
So it's 18-16 on the kill charts. Pretty even at this stage. This game I remember being just like an absolute fiesta with kills. Just constant skirmishes, constant fights. For no real reason. Like, you want to make sure when you're fighting that you're getting objectives for the fight. So like, I just came back from dying. I came on the map. I engaged into a fight that wasn't really that necessary. Yes, like we got like, what was it like? Right, it's a 2 for 2, so it's not like no one's gaining anything from that. We're just losing the bot lane tower because the bot lane isn't in their bot lane to defend that tower. So we don't even get, there's no rift tower being taken after it. When you're engaging in fights and skirmishes, you want to make sure you're making that play. You're burning flash, you're burning your ultimate abilities for an objective to gain the advantage so that you can take an objective after getting kills. You don't want to just be running around mindlessly getting kills. This is like a low elo mistake. It's like, as long as you're getting objectives, towers, enemy camps for those kills, then the kills are worth it. Kills aren't necessarily worth it on their own, is what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, you get 300 gold, but if you're only just getting 300 gold, Like, there's more you can be getting off the back of kills, is what I'm trying to say. So, like, here we go again. Like, Renekton's being chased down. They're just, like, no one's farming efficiently or effectively. It's just constant kills. So, like, I feel bad. I show up for the Renekton. We save him. And I die for my efforts. And now I lose my blue and my Grump, possibly. I'm just typing in the chat. Just trying to stop my team from fighting like all the time, unless it's necessary. Now we've got the Pantheon in the top lane. Yes, we could look to make a Rift play, but we've got Drake spawning as well, so we need to decide what we're going to be taking. Or if we're going to trade the Drake for a Rift Herald, or if we're going to trade the Rift Herald for a Drake, because that's, you know, about how it, like, this is the position you're possibly in right now. This is where we need to find the kills. Right before an objective is spawning, creates a man overlap. He potentially could be doing a 5v3. It'll give you a Drake for free. So the team, we've all decided to go for Drake. We want to pull the Drake out so Briar doesn't jump the wall and steal it. And they're like fighting again. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm securing the objective. I'm not just going straight for the fight. Sinja's pathing into the Kaiser Mal. But the Akali was showing bot lane before, so it's quite risky just phase checking. I'm trying to like run and cut them off. So she flash ults, which is well played by her. She burns her ult and flash for her efforts, so. But yeah, it's definitely well played by her. Now I'm just wasting time. For nothing. You don't want to be doing that. That's a mistake, is like chasing kills that aren't an 80% chance you're going to get the kill. I mean, to be fair, like that was a pretty high percent chance you'd think that you're going to get a kill there. So she played that well. But like essentially you don't want to be wasting too much time running around the map, not getting any gold or no objectives, no XP sort of thing. So we're just going to make sure we're still farming efficiently. You still want to be taking your camps off the map at this point in the game. Don't just mindlessly fight without gaining XP. So they're pressuring kills again when that mid lane tower. There's actually a wave crashed on mid lane and we lose Rift Tower because they're bot side fighting. So we're just losing bot lane. That's why I'm a little bit like what's going on, guys? Like, why can't we ward the top side out? There's a Rift Herald objective up. Like, there's no point in fighting in the bot side when we could be going for Rift Herald. So this is a tricky game to navigate objective wise. I think later on the Yunara is like says to me that, because I'm like, why is no one helping get the objective? And she's saying that she tried showing up for the objectives, but every time she showed up for the objectives, I abandoned her. Which, from what I'm rewatching this now, and I'm maybe like at the start there was that dragon where she was walking and Akali killed her. That was probably the only kind of scenario, but we don't want to get caught up in that anyway. We just want to play the game. You want to mute all anyway, and we're just going to play our game. We're going to play our best. And just try and stick to that game plan we set out in the loading screen. What are we playing for? What is our win condition? And how are we going to get to that win condition? So I'm just trying to ping the objectives as much as I can so people are aware. the objective spawning. We need to ward out. So we need to start pathing towards Atakan. We want to play for Atakan. Or are we going to just scout? Are we going to give Atakan away? And just keep farming? There's not a lot of farming going in this game, so it's kind of hard to read. They want to fight a lot, so essentially if you're fighting, you can take objectives off the back of fights that you win, yes. I'm just giving Atakan at this point. No one's moving for the objective. I'm just going to stick to full clearing. If we start to get pressure, Pantheon comes down, then yeah, we can look to go for the Atakan. So yeah, I actually get caught out because they've got vision over me in that bot side jungle. Yunara's just going to start a split push. So we don't have any vision in their bot side jungle. That's why I'm pinging a bit there. Don't ping. There's definitely a mistake on my behalf. Is spam pinging. Definitely do not recommend that. And yeah, that's a mistake on my behalf. So we want to be warding out their bot side quadrant, clearing vision in their bot side quadrant. As a support and jungler, yeah, we can get red wards, place red wards in their bot side, and that gives us a bit of an edge over the objective, and it will allow us to see where the enemy is and before we're taking objectives. See what they're planning, see what combo they're trying to do in a team fight sort of thing, or we can catch their ADC out or their carry. But you essentially clear the vision, you use your wards as a support, and then you go base, top up your 4 wards, buy some red wards, and then you run back onto the map with a full kit of wards again. Look at the Akali there. I just want to beeline it straight for the objectives, because Briar's top lane. So we're just stopping their push in the top lane with that Rift Herald, and now we just beeline it for the objective. Pantheon's just sitting in base. Well, hopefully he's gonna ult in. I'm not too sure. He might be a little tilted because things aren't going his way, but we just gotta keep our head in the game. Even like these games are super hard to navigate, honestly. Like you just gotta try and keep in it. So yeah, they got the Atakan, they got Ocean Drake. We're not able to push for these objectives, and it's starting to get like turn into a really hard game. We just need to keep clearing, keep farming, keep in the game that way, and then we're gonna capitalize on their mistakes. That's how you win in these games. It's like playing off their mistakes, picking up. Are they pushing? We're gonna have to use wave manipulation. Notice how Yunara is doing a lot of split pushing this game, so she's opting for like a split push game style because she feels like yeah, nothing else might be working for her, which is fair enough. So like I think I pick up on that. Okay, well I'm gonna farm too, so we're gonna start split pushing. We're gonna give up on the objectives, and I typed that earlier. So we're gonna start split pushing when. See how bot lane's fighting, we're going to start pressuring top. We're going to wait for more players to turn up on the map. When they do, then we can push. So bot lane fighting. So now that they're dragging players towards them, they're getting kills, I can start pressuring top side. We've got to be careful because Akali has a 2-level gap on us, so she can easily just burst me down. I don't have a shield bow just yet, so she will be able to just combo me. We're going to respect that. Hopefully that gives them information on where Akali is in the bot side. So now they're going to be able to keep pressuring. Pantheon's just sitting in the base. So he's actually kind of trolling at this stage. He's doing a lot of AFK work, but he might also just be, well, he is just waiting to ult in here as well. But he is doing a lot of like very slow base work. So I pick up on the fact that Akali's going to want this gold, and I just camp in that bush. This is a mistake by her. Well, it is and it isn't, because she gets that 650 tower gold. But Drake is spawning, so it is a mistake, but it's not, sort of thing. But she's giving over her shutdown gold. She's 9-4. So she's quite strong. Anytime where she's on a death time, it's not like she's going to be giving over a little piece of her level advantage and XP advantage, I guess. I'm just gonna keep trying to take off what I can on the map. Ooh, she nearly hits that ult. Make sure we're like very aware of when you hear that noise where that ult is going and just be ready to dodge. There's wards everywhere. I didn't want to miss the wave, so I didn't clear that ward. Now I'm practically just giving Drake. I'm well aware that Drake's spawning, but due to like the circumstances of every other objective, I've just given up on the fact that objectives exist. And my team want to do the objectives now, so now it looks like I'm the one trolling, but it's not. It's not how it is, alright? I'm trying. I'm doing my best. So we're just gonna hover. Mel actually TP's in. We're gonna be careful of getting comboed. I'm just gonna try and get the ult steal if I can. It's not soul yet, so like we can manage. We can like give away that objective. It's not the end of the world. And Ocean Soul's not really like win condition for them either, so it doesn't matter if they get soul. So it's 50 kills versus 34 kills. The enemy team is dominating us and they're not really understanding how to manipulate the waves or how to pressure and siege. So like we're kind of starting to realize that, like look at our towers compared to theirs. We're actually winning the tower battle. They've lost their tier 3 tower in the top side and we're onto the inhib. So we can start looking at manipulating lanes and the pushing waves in without dying and basically just split pushing ourselves to victory. Because like the team fight side of things, it's just like the team coordination isn't that great. So like we're just gonna have to play off pressuring lanes. It's a good example here. So 2 players get dragged into the top lane. We notice that we don't do what Syndra's doing and instantly just force ourselves towards top lane. Yeah, they might take Baron, but what we're doing right now is this is good from the Yunara and Pantheon. They're choosing to trade the Baron for the bot lane towers and the bot lane inhib. And then I've done the same in the mid lane. So we just beeline it for the towers. We beeline it for the inhibs. And I want to be careful that I don't die there. That's why I didn't just flash engage on the Akali. We probably could have killed her, flash, auto attack, ult, and then get out of there, get the inhib. But we just play the safe game. We take the mid inhib, take the bot inhib, and now we just... Yeah, they're going to Baron, but we've just got to play those inhib advantages now. So we're stalling the game in a way by getting those inhibs. They're going to have to send people to the waves with the destroyed inhibs. Otherwise, the super minions are going to push in to their tower if they don't answer to that. It's well played by the Pantheon and Yunara with that little split push there. So sometimes if you can't 5v5 fight the Baron confidently, you can look to pressure the map. Like you can like cross map, it's called. So if they're taking Baron, you're taking bot lane towers, like cross mapping. If they're taking Dragon, you're taking top towers or diving top lane, etc. But yeah, we're just playing this game out slowly. We don't want to overforce the hand. We don't want to die. If we get aced right now and they have Baron, they can look to close the game out if they have a wave set up. So you got to be careful 30 minutes in because death timers start to become rather large. So we're waiting. We're waiting here. This is how you split push. The players, like five players are being dragged towards the 4 of my teammates. So I'm split pushing bot. I'm not trolling. I'm split pushing bot and I'm utilizing our super minions to pressure this map. They're gonna have to send players to me instead of just pushing mid lane in for the victory. If I die with those guys in the mid lane just before, then they're just going to end the game because there's going to be no one left to defend the base. So if I see them start hard shoving in the mid lane, not too worried about that tower, then I'm going to go base, and my team are going to be coming off their death timers, and we're going to be able to defend the Nexus at least. So I'm waiting for Kai'Sa. We saw Kai'Sa show in that bot lane. I'm waiting for Kai'Sa to burn her spell rotation. And I've noticed that she spams Q, everything, uses all of it, her abilities, and we catch her out. We get the shutdown on Kai'Sa, which is massive. This is like game winning. So now that I have all this pressure bot lane, they've sent Kai'Sa to defend the bot lane tower. And now they've sent Malphite. I'm not too scared of Malphite. I got flash. I can flash his ult. And we can look to combo him. Look at the damage we're doing. So now that we've got this massive super wave pushing in, it's actually going to win us the game. And also well done from our team for getting that. They got the double shutdown in the mid lane, which is super unexpected. So super well played. We ended up getting the win just from understanding waves in a better way than the enemy team did. So like never FF. All games are winnable. Keep playing, stay positive. Thanks for watching today, guys. GG, well played.